Yes, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. We are back with another Euro 2024 match view. We have two more matches left in the round of 16, first of which is Romania versus the Netherlands this afternoon, followed by Austria versus Turkey later on this evening. That's going to be live on playback, so if you haven't already, be sure to join us there. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on when it comes to Manchester United and all that kind of stuff this afternoon, isn't there? Of course, there's the news about De Ligt. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? In this few minutes before this game starts, I'm going to find out how to pronounce De Ligt's name. How to pronounce Matthijs De Ligt. Because I know that I'm doing this wrong. People are saying, "Oh, you're pronouncing it wrong." So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see. Matthijs De Ligt. Well, that's just not going to happen, is it? Matthijs De Ligt. Matthijs De Ligt. Is that closer? Matthijs De Ligt. Matthijs De Ligt. There you go. That sounds a bit better. Matthijs De Ligt. There you go. You're always learning. You always got to learn, and you've got to try and get these things as right as possible. So Matthijs De Ligt. And the reason I am learning that guy's name is because Matthijs De Ligt, because, of course, Fabrizio Romano tweeting in the last hour or so that he has given the green light to his agent to sort out a move to Manchester United. He wants the move. And if you haven't already, I did a very short update on that, so if you haven't already, you can check it out. It's up on the channel at the moment, with Romano's tweet, some general thoughts. We are going to have a video of Fleck and Ajax coming up later on this evening as well, right after this, around 7 o'clock. That will be coming up here on the channel. And to be honest, because this is the thing, and this is why I really enjoyed that video with Flex and Kevin Hatchard the other day, is that as much as you and I, or Flex and myself, or KG, or whoever, we can come on and we can give our thoughts about, signings, Matthijs De Ligt, Joshua Zirkzee, Ugarte, all that kind of stuff. We're not watching him every single week. We didn't watch him at Ajax, didn't watch him in the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich, a bit like Kevin Hatchard did. So if they're the ones that are coming out going, it's a really good signing for Manchester United, I tend to lean towards them. They are more experts in this situation. And I won't spoil it, because you can watch it for yourself later on. But Ajax speaks in pretty glowing terms about his former captain there at Ajax. As, you would kind of expect. I understand that. But still, I think it's a really shrewd bit of business by Manchester United, if they can pull that one off. Around £42 million, maybe a little bit more because of add-ons. There was a report also coming out today suggesting that De Ligt's happy to take a pay cut to join Manchester United. And I mean, that would be something miraculous, wouldn't it? That would be something exciting, because we're just so used to huge wages, huge contracts. But I go back to the question I've been saying quite a lot in these streams and other streams recently, which is, mainly like, what do we want? What do we actually want? Because I think that we've spent a lot of time grumbling as Manchester United fans, and rightfully so. And I get it, and I get the pushback, and I get the sort of cautiousness, and I get maybe the sort of, as KG would say, the bombastic side eye to any transfer, particularly again when they come like Bayern from Bayern. We're like, why are they coming to us? Why are Bayern so happy to get rid of them? Blah blah blah. But there is. It is a new era at Manchester United. It's a new era. There are new people in charge, particularly on that side of things. There's a new coaching staff supporting the manager. So I think it's positive. And if we could pull off a signing of a 24-year-old who's gone to a Champions League semi-final whilst he was the captain, youngest ever captain of the Ajax side at the time, has played in Juventus, played in Bayern Munich, and can come to us for 42 million quid, and he takes a pay cut. We're laughing. That's good. That's good money. So I think that would be good business by Manchester United. And it's still early. It's very early on in the transfer window, and is that not what we wanted previously? What we wanted, or certainly what was said yesterday on the Full View, which I kind of pushed back on a little bit of. Because, Chelsea today, they signed Dewsbury Hall. It's like, why are we not signing players? And you have to remember that we're still putting the pieces together of the people that are going to be signing those players. But it certainly looks like unlike last year, this De Ligt one's happening now. The Zirkzee one is ongoing. Ugarte, that could be a bid around the corner. We're working on 3 deals at once. That itself is unheard of a little bit for Manchester United in recent years. So I'm feeling quite. I don't know how I feel about the season or anything like that, and we're not going to win the league or anything like that at all. But what I am seeing from Manchester United is something that we haven't been seeing, and we've also been asking for. And I think we have to be careful about, we ask for it, we get given it, and then we find something else to complain about. Not that we should be, the almighty Ineos, you can, whatever, blind faith. But I think this is good. I think this is, what we're seeing is good. Austin Baker's been a member for 23 months. One more month, Austin, and you get a new badge. Big up to you. Appreciate 23 months of support. Says, yow, Odo. Yeah, I really let into that one. Oh, dog, I chat. I'm getting hyped for De Ligt. Well, you never know. Maybe he might come on today. He might play some part of this game. What else are people saying here? King Sayaz says Ajax will be back. Big up Riri says bless up everyone in the community. Osama says prediction. When we get here, we go for De Ligt. I mean, it seems like everything's there, isn't it? Everything's there. You're looking at the player has given the green light to say, I want to move to Manchester United. There is an offer on the table from Manchester United for 5 years. And the thing at the moment now is just chats between Bayern Munich and Manchester United. But Bayern Munich have got an asking price, which Man United seem relatively happy with. They will also want to move on quickly because they want to sign Tar from Bayer Leverkusen. So it looks like it's happening pretty quickly, doesn't it? Pretty quickly, which is pretty exciting. So you could get a here we go fairly quick on that one. Maybe by the end of the week, maybe over the weekend. I'm not sure, but I think I think it's very encouraging news, and that's not to say it must be stressed, because I think there's a natural reaction to optimism that it has to be balanced out immediately with cynicism. But I think it's room to be optimistic for the summer ahead. Maybe not the season ahead. That's still quite a way away. But certainly the things that are happening right now, I think will prove dividends. Maybe not immediately, but definitely moving forward into the future. What else have we got here? Compost Murph says, we all moaned about wanting change for years. Now it's happening, and it's not happening fast enough for some. You can't win. It is, like I said, it is quite ironic. And I mentioned it on the Full View last night that I feel like it's almost a case of, again, when we're so scarred that we're not sure what to do in the face of good news, and because people take it too far and take it as, we're back, we're going to win the league, people are go, no, come on, got to get back from that. And it is silly when people say, we're back. Well, we're not back yet. We have to win things. You have to prove it. But it's certainly room for optimism. Kevin Boateng says, oh, we missed you on the Portugal game yesterday. I did put the Portugal game, Kevin, indeed. If you missed it, if you're wondering where I was, and it will be the same later on today, for the Austria game, I will be live on playback. As you can see in the chat right there, it's pinned to the top of the chat. Austria versus Turkey live will be on playback, on United Views playback. We're going to be doing some more stuff over there. So if you haven't already, go over to Playback, join the community there. We're currently at, I think it's like 650 members, something like that. So if you join there, I will be live later on, and there's going to be lots of stuff that's going over there when it comes to match views like this. In addition to that, FIFA, Fever, whatever is going to be going there. So yeah, but obviously all the stuff staying here on YouTube. But it's a bit of extra stuff, and more will be coming in the season too as the national anthems begin to play. First to national anthem are the Netherlands. There's Denzel Dumfries. And captained, of course, by Virgil van Dijk. So, and again, very interesting stuff you will see later on from Ajax, really about why perhaps Matthijs de Ligt doesn't play as much for the Netherlands, and primarily it's just because they've got a lot of good defenders. The Dutch, that's one of their sort of strongest parts, is they've got a lot of good centre-backs in their squad. Kevin says, your thoughts on Ronaldo, Owen? Well, we spoke about it this morning on the transfer view. We spoke about it during the transfer view this morning. I pushed back on Flex's tweet a little bit because I think it was a poor choice of words. I think he intended to say he's too emotional, but he decided to use the word overhyped, spaced out, over space hyped. And for me, I think that's a poor choice of words, because the natural reaction to the word overhyped is not that they are overhyped in terms of being overly hyped up. It leads to the impression you're saying that they are not as good as people say they are. I think Ronaldo was possibly overly emotional last night. It felt like he was doing everything he possibly could do to score, and that was almost to a detriment of the team. It was kind of similar to watching him at Manchester United to an extent, wasn't it? If you funnel everything through him, which is what that Portugal team tries to do, when it's not working out for him, it becomes difficult to take him off because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. In the same vein of, you don't substitute Lionel Messi, you don't substitute Cristiano Ronaldo. If you do, that's almost an even bigger story than keeping him on the pitch and him having a bit of a stinker, which I don't think he really did. And I thought the penalty that he took last night was a very good penalty. It's a brilliant save. And I felt that a lot of the sort of scrutiny surrounding him, whilst he didn't help it with the tears, I can understand it, because I think he thought he was going out and it was his last Euros and he'd blown it, basically. So I didn't think, I sort of looked at it a little bit and was like, well, but I do think the sort of engagement, I mentioned this morning too, the engagement farming surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo is insane. And I don't mean to single him out, but, Romano tweeted twice in the space of 5 minutes pictures of Ronaldo crying, because you have a picture of Ronaldo, you type in the word Ronaldo, it goes, it gets traction, right? So, I think it was a bit. It's gross. Ronaldo, everything's overblown when it comes to him. But he carries on. I don't think Portugal win the tournament. I think what's actually a bigger problem to them than Cristiano Ronaldo is their coach, Roberto Martinez. I just don't. He plays that style of football that I just don't think is direct enough. I don't think has enough tempo to it. And I think Slovenia really laid out the blueprint of, they wasn't even super low block in the end last night. Portugal kind of just punched themselves out a little bit, didn't they? So I don't think they go all the way. I still think it's either Germany or Spain. So whoever wins that quarterfinal probably will go on to win it. But I think that Ronaldo's Ronaldo. He always gets the headlines, doesn't he? But he is still, obviously, in that conversation as one of the greatest players ever. Is he that same player now? Probably not. I mean, he's 39. But it felt like, I would say, at the very least, there's got to be someone that can say to him during those games, maybe I take free kicks now. Maybe you just stay in the box. But it's Ronaldo, isn't it? Got to get the headlines, right? It was crazy. And like the BBC thing was a bit bizarre, because if you watch Match of the Day, they do those sort of quirky captions sometimes. But it was, again, because it's Ronaldo, it's probably a bit disrespectful. It's a bit much, in my opinion. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Netherlands versus Romania. I haven't even read out the teams. Some would say, Owen, you're a disgrace. Memphis already. That pitch doesn't look very good, does it? I mean, I know I've been talking about the pitches all competition, but that in the penalty box looks a bit dodgy. As far as the lineups for the Netherlands, I mean, you can see the lineups on the screen, in fairness, but you've got Ake, Van Dijk, Stefan de Vrij, Denzel, Dumfries, Verbruggen in goal, Reinders, Schouten, Cody Gakpo, Xavi Simons, Steven Bergwijn starts, and Memphis Depay up front. As far as people that maybe you would recognize from the Romania team, you might see Dragosin, Hagi, perhaps. But as we have seen in this tournament, it doesn't matter about individuals. All that matters is the collective, the team. It is a team game after all. And it's a Dutch throw-in. And Verbruggen in goal with the ball at his feet. Connor says, what do you think of Green Light Delit? There is a video up right now on the channel speaking about that. So be sure to check that out as Ake clears. Romania on the count. I'll tell you what, is you can properly see the Romanian support, can't you? Talk about a version of a yellow ball. Dennis Mant. Ball in. Oh, I tell you what. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Is that the Netherlands in this tournament, I mean, they finished third in their group. They've not been... Oh, I'll tell you what. We've got blood. He's been busted wide open. He's wearing the crimson mask. Oh, I tell you what. He gets an elbow right in the head. Dumfries gets the header, but look at his elbow. Boom. On Yanis Hagi. Of course, used to play... Does he still play for Rangers? He still plays for Rangers. Which is great, because when he plays for Rangers, Hagi in the Scottish accent is horrendous. Hagi. Yanis Hagi. Chris says, Georgie said, yes, he is also the son of a famous Romanian footballer. Great support for the Romanian team there in... oh, it's at the Allianz. Really? It's at the Allianz? God, I was going to say, that penalty box is not looking great for the Allianz Arena. Denzel Dumfries is, I think, one of the most unintentionally hilarious players ever because he has a permanent scowl on his face. He constantly looks pissed off. You've just won the World Cup, Denzel. Good. Thrilled. Verbruggen in goal for the Netherlands. Of course, plays for Brighton in the Premier League. Do you know what is interesting? I was seeing the press conference for the new Brighton head coach earlier today. And I'm probably not one to talk about hairstyles and things of that nature. But he's got a pretty wild hairstyle going on. The new Brighton manager. And he's like, how is he, 31? I think it is. Fabian Hürzeler, 31-year-old head coach. And they're saying he's got the haircut like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. Which kind of does look a bit like it. Been flagged offside there. Bergwijn. It was very close. Were people saying Ollie? I didn't even see that. I was busy looking at the hairstyle. Hagi still off the pitch. Getting his cutscene too. So Romania down to 10 men. It goes all the way back to Verbruggen in goal. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe too whilst you're at it. Connor with the super chat. Or shot saved. Connor with a super chat says, I feel like we've watched the Euros together, Owen. Well, I wouldn't have it any other way, Connor. Thank you for joining me Thank you for inviting me into wherever you're watching this, either on your phone, your TV, your tablet, however you do watch it. We have been watching the Euros together indeed, and it's going to be like that until the final. And then we'll watch pre-season together and next season together too. Oh, look at that. He's got a net on his head. And I don't mean a woman called a net. I mean an actual net. I mean, that would be a sight for sore eyes, wouldn't it? There's a woman on his head. But he's got a hairnet going on. Okay, he's about to work maybe the sort of meat and fish counter at Waitrose or something. Here's Aki. Ball over the top. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Nita. Daniel Luciano says his hair is combed back, so it looks like it's combed forward. As Byron says, Flex and Ijax at 7 p.m. Indeed. I mean, he's full on. He's got a hairnet on. I don't think I've ever seen that. Look, there he is. Well, he's got the ball, and he's carry on running with it. The net might be magic. He puts the ball through. Oh. Look. Well, what's going on in this tournament with the accessories, man? It's like walking around Claire's. You've got Mbappe with his mask. You've got Depay with his headband. You've got Hadji with his net on his head. Lunch Lady Hadji. That's a throw into the Netherlands. SLD says next is Ty with the headphones. I tell you what, that made me laugh last night on the Full View with Cam in the airport, and he was like, "Oh, since I'm here in Hamburg, we should make up I've seen a player in the airport, and he's going to Manchester United. We'll make up this transfer rumor." And then 5 minutes later, Marcel goes, "I'm really interested though in this transfer rumor. What's going on?" I mean, it's not real, Marcel. Dragoshin puts it forward towards Hadji. Can't make it. That's a throw into the Dutch. Who do you think is going to win, by the way? Put a 1 for Romania, put a 2 for the Netherlands in the chat. Oh, that's a poor pass. Here come Romania again. Ratsu charges forward, and that's going to be a throw-in. They've got flags going on. They've got great support. That's going to be another throw into Romania. Got the blue hair there. Blue hair, don't care. Ready for a cross in? No. Here's the cross. That's headed away. Like Virgil van Dijk. Maybe I should do the whole stream in the Steve McLaren Dutch accent. The big game. It is and it is Arsenal. Big side, big game. And I thought that it would be an English team from the Premier League, and it is Arsenal with the big games. Steve, what's your name? Steve McLaren. I mean, that interview is that, and again, that's at a time where he was just a buffoon in the media all the time. Obviously, after all of the England stuff, that had to be a foul throw, by the way. After all the England stuff, the Wally with the brolly, and then we hear that he's going to Holland, managing FC Twente, and we're like, what? And the next thing you know, you see him in this interview. Steve, good flick. Goes back to Schouten. Simon's good pass. Memphis Depay. Keeper saves. And it was offside. Yeah, he just didn't. But then obviously he was really successful there with Erik ten Hag. Wins the Eredivisie. And then he went to Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga, and they just won the Bundesliga the season before and was rubbish and got sacked. A very strange career, Steve McLaren. Because it's actually, for all the stick he's got and sort of the big, very public failures he has actually had some quite a bit of success. Like, obviously as an assistant, treble winner. As a manager, he won the League Cup with Middlesbrough. He got to the UEFA Cup, what's now known as the Europa League final, with Middlesbrough. That's Middlesbrough. And you go, fucking hell, that's pretty bad. That's not bad going. England, catastrophic failure, doesn't qualify for Euro 2008. And then, on top of that, wasn't he a pundit for it? The competition too. He was a pundit for the competition he couldn't reach as a coach. Then goes to the Eredivisie, wins it with a team that's not really meant to. And you go, oh my God, that's pretty impressive. Goes to the Bundesliga champions. Rubbish, gets sacked, and then sort of is around in England for a bit doing sort of, average stuff with like Newcastle. He was at Derby, got them to the playoffs in the end, then they lost. I think he might have been at Nottingham Forest for a little bit too. I think he was a coach at one point for QPR. That's the period of time where occasionally you'd get random English teams actually go far in the UEFA Cup. Middlesbrough, Fulham. I mean, the Fulham UEFA Cup, or I think by that point it was Europa League, wasn't it? By that point, the Fulham Europa League run is legendary. Their match against Juventus is brilliant. Like, it is. Coming back from how they did, and that's still good Juventus at the time. I mean, I know decline, but there are still big names on the pitch that day. I mean, let's have a look. Fulham versus Juventus. 4-1. Good ball. He's in. Dragus. Is it going to go back to Hagi? No. I mean, can I see like the starting 11s and stuff like that? I want to see. And they scored first, Juventus. They scored first, which would have put them, 4-1 up on aggregate. 4-1 up on aggregate. And then Fulham score 4 goals. Win 5-4. Mad. Just over the bar from Romania. Doing well. I want to see the starting 11s. There we go. Juventus had... Sally had... I always struggle with this one. Wait for this to play out, though. Here comes Bergwijn. Good tackle. Sally Hamadic. Fabio Cannavaro. Grosso. Camoranesi. Mello. Sissoko. Candreva. Trezeguet. On the bench, they had Jaquinta. Del Piero. It's not as if they had nobody. And they were beaten by a team that consisted of Mark Schwarzer, Kelly, Hughes, Breda Hangeland, Paul Konchesky, Damien Duff, Chris Baird, Dixon Atuhu, Davis, Zoltan Gira, and Bobby Zamora. Terrific. And as someone did mention there, Chris Smalling was on the bench, yes. Unbelievable. Goal kick, though, to Romania. Goes out for a throw-in straight away to the Netherlands. What is quite nice in this game? There is a lot of colour in the stadium. Of course, you've got the bright yellow, what they call it, canary yellow of Romania. And then that's behind the Netherlands goal in the first half, behind Verbruggen. And then behind the Romania goal in this first half, you've got the sea of orange. Chris Day says, was Guerra the guy with the mask celebration? I think that was Facundo Sava, I believe. He brought the mask out. De Vrij, Dumfries, goes out for a corner. Hadji, with his net on his head, lunch lady Hadji, says it's a goal kick, but it's not, it's a corner. But it's been a good match thus far. Romania certainly giving it a go. Expectations on the Netherlands, but can they deliver? Memphis Depay, corner, ball in. And it looked like it was De Vrij that headed it over, but I think it's another corner. Referee says another corner. Is Memphis. Ball in. Ake. Is that going to stay in? Memphis does keep it in. Keeper claims it though, no problem. Goes for a quick kick. Oof. I tell you what, it wasn't a bad kick as well. Towards Draghi. And it's actually just intercepted by the Netherlands there. Not bad. Ake. Out to Stefan De Vrij. Ball over the top. Towards Xavi Simons. Who wins the corner. Off Dragerson. Simons, who it looks like he's going to end up at Bayern Munich next season after a very successful loan spell at RB Leipzig, is probably going to end up at Bayern. I don't know about you, just in general. I mean, park the Matthijs de Ligt thing to one side. I'm really fascinated just to see how Bayern work out next season under Vincent Kompany. Because we know... Oh, let this one play out. Reinders. Ake. Memphis Depay. Cross is blocked. Reinders again. But we know that he wasn't their first choice. Far from it. You know, who was it? Xabi Alonso, Ralf Rangnick. I think it might have been talks of Hansi Flick. Thomas Tuchel to possibly stay. So he might have been like 5th choice, maybe. 5th, 6th choice. So how that's going to work out. Is it a case of just, you know, what he was doing at Burnley was good. It just was not very good players. But with good players, it will work out. I'm interested to see. Good pass. Simons. Out to Cody Gakpo. Cuts inside, right footed. He scores. I tell you what, he's done that 2 or 3 times in this tournament. He's done it again. I'd sound like Lee Jones. He's done it again. Cody Gakpo. But that's what he does, isn't it? He always shifts it onto the right foot, takes the shot. I think the keeper might want to have another look at this. I think it goes in near post, which I don't think it should. But he's a very predictable player in that regard, isn't he? He's joint top goal scorer, and again, he's scored that goal at least once before in this tournament, hasn't he? Where he just cuts in on the right foot, boom. That's what he does. Look at this. One-on-one with a fullback. My initial reaction, yeah, keeper's got to do better. Can't be going in. Oh, it's poor. Well, where's Kenny? Kenny, talk to me. How would you describe that goalkeeping?
Poor, and I mean poor.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good shot though, Kenny, but has the keeper let himself down a little bit?
It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Well, I don't know. I mean, would you... Is it really that bad?
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Yeah. I thought they were poor. But he does, that's what he does, Cody Gakpo. Again, shifts it onto his right foot. Well, he's on the left-hand side, shifts it onto the right, takes a shot. But very disappointing from the goalkeeper. All right. I mean, these stadium announcers are a bit much, aren't they? My goodness me. The score is Romania 0, Netherlands 1. Sounds like one of those old-time TV announcers. You know when they used to narrate over news stories with it? With the weather how it is today, many flock to the beach to frolic in the sea. And you see someone like that in the sea going splashing. Be careful, the weather was way too strong today. The UV rays are very strong. It's a corner. 21 minutes gone. Romania 0, Netherlands 1. Memphis Depay stands over this corner. Referee's not happy with something in the box. A flare's gone off in the Romanian end. I don't think they really get the concept. You're losing. You don't set off flares when you're losing. We're losing! Memphis is in. Oh. Haji slipped. Nearly ruined his hairnet. Depay. And that's going to be a goal kick. I've also heard a quite interesting story that many people are wondering, you know, with Memphis and the headband, they must be selling like hotcakes. Let me just check out their numbers. Oh, no, they're not. No one wants one. With the, I wonder what's said in sort of the dressing room about that. The first time he put it on in the changing room, like if you were Virgil van Dijk and they're getting ready and they go, I like these shirts, these are good, aren't they? Yeah, comfy as well. What's that? What's what? Got their headband. Got that. You wearing that for the game? Yeah. I mean, it's quite premeditated because it's got your number. Haji, they're into the box. Cuts it back. Shoots. Oh, it's a chance. But you'd go, this seems a bit like premeditated in that Memphis because like it's got your number and like your initials on it. Yeah. Why are you wearing it? I think it looks cool. All right. But like if you go to head it, is that going to be a bit of a problem? It might move down a little bit. But need to. Score goals with my feet. Legitimately, I'm not even being facetious here. If that was in a dressing room with Sir Alex Ferguson as the manager, he would look at it and go, take it off. This is the same manager that saw David Beckham with a Mohican and went, shave it off now. But no, now we'll get some clippers. Shave it off now. And he did. Shave it off. Okay? It's shouting. De Vrij. Virgil van Dijk. Actually. Change this. There's always one thing you forget to do, isn't there? There you go. Sound like KG. There you go. Whatchamacallit. There you go. Whatchamacallit. There you go. Switch. Ake. Reinders. Shouting. De Vrij. Dumfries. Ball in. Headed away. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Some breaking news. It's not, well, it's fringe Manchester United breaking news, so I'm going to press the button.
Breaking news.
I need some shuffling papers. That's not the breaking news, but I need some papers I can shuffle when that's going on. I thought it was in. Side netting. The breaking news is that Florian Plettenberg, or as Flex would call him, Florentine, says that he understands that West Ham are now trying to sign Jean-Claire Todibo, but the 24-year-old central defender from Nice will become very expensive. In fact, West Ham have already put a bid in. They put in a first bid of €35 million and it's been rejected, as per L'Equipe and confirmed by his own sources. A new offer is possible as West Ham have not left the race for the former top target of Manchester United. So West Ham are looking for Jean-Claire Todibo. They've put a bid in, but it's been rejected. Now, if West Ham was smart, or excuse me, if Jean-Claire Todibo was smart, maybe he would just, good tackle, look at that, by Dragoshin. Have I got a dragon noise on this soundboard? I mean, I never know at this point. Dragon. There is a dragon roar, but I'm always nervous of trying these new ones because I never know what they're going to sound like. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's quite aggressive. It's quite aggressive. It's more aggressive than I thought. Dragoshin! The soundboard remains undefeated to this day. But yeah, so if Nice was smart, or excuse me, Todibo was smart, what he would do is just wait for Nice to go out of the Europa League, maybe. Because what happens? That's going to be a foul to the Netherlands. What happens if Nice go out of the Europa League, but Man United are still in it in January? Can we then buy him? Is that possible? Because we can't sign him because we're both in the Europa League. But what if they go out the Europa League and we're still in it? Can we do that? Just, just thinking. Maybe that's why Vavel has been brought in. Chris Day said he would be cup tied. He would be cup tied, but you could still obviously use him for the Premier League and stuff like that. I'm just thinking of more to do the deal. Because we can't do the deal at all at the moment. Virgil van Dijk on the ball. Shout him. Ahmed de Sanchez sounded like a lion with phlegm. Well, that's actually what dragon translates to in the original Gaelic, yeah. Yeah. You learn something new every day. Lion with phlegm. It might be in the original Latin, actually, I think, maybe. Denzel Dumfries pulls it back, and that goes out for a corner. Growing into the game, definitely. Snapdragon Ridwan, you're right. Snapdragon. It's just a bit too aggressive for me, I think. Here's a corner. Memphis is going to stand over it. Ball in. Headed away. Xavi Simons. And after a nice start from Romania, feels like the Netherlands are very much now in control of this game. They've got their goal. And so far, no upsets. No upsets in this round of 16. Which, of course, we spoke previously. Saeed asked the question saying how many matches are in the round of 16. After my calculations, I just want to make sure I double check this one. Carry the 1, 2, 4. Carry the 3 over. Divide that by 6. 8. There's 8 games in the round of 16. Maybe. Eyes into the box. Dumfries. Oh, it's nearly the dreaded OG back. By who else? by By who else? Dragoshin! But oof, he was on the stretch, and it was very, very, very close. Does well, the Spurs defender. Memphis stands over it. Oh, nearly towards Van Dijk. And the whistle goes. It's a foul on Dragoshin. I'm not going to press it every time. It would be overkill. Those that joined me, though, on playback last night would have seen... I'm not going to press the sound here because it's exclusive to playback. But they would have missed out on the power chats last night, yes. Whilst bit of a clash, that. Bit of a clash. And I tell you what, he looks to be in quite a bit of discomfort. What's this? He's really waving. He looks to be in a considerable amount of pain here. Maybe it's a... They're trying to get his breath back, it's what it looks like. Oof. I mean, it's maybe a... I say you can crack your sternum or something like that. That is nasty. Very, very nasty. Yeah. Just seeing this goal back. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I was saying about if you were with me on playback yesterday, we have, whilst YouTube has super chats, they have power chats. And we were pressing a specific sound for the power. Oh. I've just thought of another one. What I need for power chats, I need the Emperor screaming power. That's what I need for power chats, isn't it? Unlimited power. That's what I need for that one. Oh, I tell you what, I think the soundboard's undefeated. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's only bloody on here. So when these power chats are coming in, I could just click this. That's on playback later on. Soundboards, it's undefeated. This has got to be a separate board, I think. It's got to be a separate board. How do I add that? Oh, there you go. Playback. Unbelievable. This. I don't know how it does it. Reinders. Out to Denzel Dumfries. Ball in. It's going to be headed away. That's about 10 minutes away from half-time. Romania 0, Netherlands 1. Another good tackle. Little fist pump for celebration for the Romanian defender. That's a free header for Van Dijk. Heads it forward. It's got to be a substitution here for Romania. Bogdan Rakovitsin. Yeah. Very good pronunciation, Owen. Yeah. Oh, it's nasty, isn't it? It's a proper collision. And I think it does look like it's properly there in the sternum. If you've ever been hit right there, it hurts. Reinders. Game just kind of lost a bit of tempo now, hasn't it? Netherlands very much in control. Romania's spirit has been shattered a little bit. Schouten. I don't know about you, but I miss the days of... yeah, you missed them a little bit. Not because that's the only time I can use this. Gakpo cuts it back. I mean, is he on the pitch yet? They've been down to 10 men for a while, haven't they? De Vrij. Puts it out to Dumfries. There's Virgil van Dijk. Ball over the top towards Memphis Depay. Oh. And that goes out for a throw-in. I think we are going to see this sub now. But, I mean, it's looking like, because all of the round of 16s went with the people you would expect, maybe bar Italy, but I think most people that had watched the tournaments expected Switzerland to win that one. We've got some strong quarterfinals, don't we? He's got an ice pack on the back of his head too. We've got Spain versus Germany, which might as well be the final. I mean, what a terrific game that's going to be. Spain versus Germany. Portugal versus France. England versus Switzerland. And at the moment, the Netherlands versus the winner of Austria or Turkey, which I think many are expecting to be Austria. Oh, good bit of skill by Memphis. He's into the box. Reinders. Still shifting. Simons. Oh, wriggles his way through. Oh, look at that. Cheeky. A little bit of skill there. Look at that. See you later. Look at this. Hello. And it's going to be a corner. Xavi Simon's going to take. Ball in. It's a good one. Keeper punches. And the Dutch are firmly in control here, aren't they? I have a question, and let's Google this. Why is it called Going Dutch? Why is it called Going Dutch? When you pay a bill, you know, when you do half and half. Is there a specific reason for that? What is the origin of the phrase to go Dutch? It's traced back in the 17th century. Ball in, headed away, where England and Netherlands fought constantly over trade. Oh, this article's terribly formatted. To go Dutch implies an informal agreement that each person will pay his or his own expenses during the date. There you go. Memphis Depay. And puts it out for a throw-in. Netherlands very much on top here. But Romania still staying in it, you know, as we've seen with a lot of Man United last season. Well, it's only a goal. Only 1-0 down. So that's only the situation. Look at the people warming up. Joshua Zirkzee. Matthijs de Ligt. Could be 2 Man United players there. Is it really? Double figures in terms of corners in the first half. Oh my God, they've had 10 corners. 10 corners in 41 minutes. That's crazy. Oh. Referees having a word with some of the players. A bit of a pushing and shoving in the box. Memphis. Did he go for a shot? Memphis Depay. I mean, what was that? That is criminal. Look at this. I think he goes for a shot. He's trying to score. He's trying to score. He sees the keeper's out and he's gone trying to score. My word. That would be something, wouldn't it? There is, once again, Lunch Lady Haji. As we have about 3 minutes left. Well, about 2 minutes left, really. Until half time. Plus stoppage time, of course. Why Pre-General says, why bring Zirkzee and don't play him? To be fair, it's because he wasn't going to be in the squad. He got called up as a late addition to someone being, I think, pulled out injured. It was either, who was it that pulled out? Was it Kloop Miners? I don't know who it was that pulled out. But you forget that they are missing a couple. Oh, he's trying to, Dumfries has won it back. Cuts it back, that's going to be it. Simons, oh, he stumbles. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I need that on my soundboard. Oh dear. From the Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, he gets stuck under his feet. He just, for some reason, gets stuck under his foot. I'm not sure why. I'm still trying to... Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's easier than it's more difficult than I thought to find oh dear for the Chuckle Brothers. I get oh dear. But it's actually way more difficult than I thought to find it. What a disgrace. Ake. Well, I'll have to come out at a later date. Three minutes remain. Look at that guy. Hands on the head. Of course, I think he should have had a goal in this tournament, Simons. His goal was ruled out against France, wasn't it? Ball in the hands of the Romania goalkeeper. And Romania, whilst they have been, dominated, 24% of the ball, they're not out of it. Here's Hadji. Surely not. Surely not. Dennis Dragus, have a shot, don't ever do it. Shoots! Oh, Verbruggen saves. I thought for a moment. But right at the goalkeeper. Virgil van Dijk. Would have been an error from him. Virgil. It's a kick from Verbruggen, not the best one. And that's headed all the way back to the Romania goalkeeper as we enter the last few minutes and seconds of this first half. Van Dijk. Oh, for a second then. I thought it was a bit short. Reinders. Puts it out to Bergwijn. Oh, nearly ball over the top there by Van Dijk. Here come Romania. Is there one last chance? To Yanis Hadji. Maybe. Ball in. Oh. Is that going to go for a corner? It is. It's a corner. Maybe. Hadji to stand over this corner. Hadji. Ball in. To nobody. Comes back to him. Oof. Another clash of heads. That's going to be a throw to the Netherlands anyway. And that'll be everything for the first half, I think. And indeed, that's half-time. Half-time, and it's Romania 0, Netherlands 1. Romania actually started the game pretty well. Looked like they were going to be maybe posing a bit of a threat to the Netherlands. And then Romania scored that pretty soft, I would say, soft goal. And then, and now it's been total control from the Netherlands, no problem. So we'll see what happens in the second half. A reminder, after this, there will be a video with Fleck and Ajax discussing all things Matthijs de Ligt, also discussing Erik ten Hag. And actually, again, I won't spoil it, but it'll be interesting for you guys to see what Ajax had to say about Erik ten Hag, and not so much maybe about the Manchester United manager. You can probably expect what he would say about the former Ajax boss, but more so what he says about the Manchester United fans, and maybe their feelings towards the Manchester United manager last season. So that's going to be coming up at 7 o'clock, so be sure to check it out. You should, if you're here, you'll be redirected to it. And then I'll be live on playback just before 8 o'clock for the final game of the round of 16 in Euro 2024. It is Austria versus Turkey. And obviously, for Turkish's sake, I hope that Austria wins. Not one of those people, support your friends or whatever. No. Hope they go out because it'd be funny, really, wouldn't it? It would be funny. As far as any other news, of course, whilst that first half was ongoing, was a bit of news regarding Jean-Claire Todibo, a former target, or maybe current target, depending on how you look at it, and if you believe the reports or rumours about getting lawyers involved in this one. But Jean-Claude Debo is a target and was a target for Manchester United, but now is a target for West Ham, with West Ham putting a bid in of €35 million. That's being rejected as per L'Equipe and confirmed by Florian Plettenberg himself. A new offer is possible. West Ham haven't left the race just yet for the former top target of Manchester United. So that one is certainly very interesting. As far as news on Matthijs de Ligt, came from Fabrizio Romano this afternoon, saying that Matthijs de Ligt has given the green light to a move to Manchester United after direct contacts with his camp. Personal terms are not an issue, as his agent Pimenta is only negotiating with Manchester United, so there's only one club negotiating for de Ligt right now, that is Manchester United, and also this move is a priority for de Ligt. He wants to move to United, it's the only move he wants, it's the only move that's being negotiated for him. It's now up to Manchester United and Bayern Munich, who are in talks over a deal structure. But you're looking at all of these different things. You've got a contract offer reportedly on the table until 2029 for the player. There have been some suggestions that could be a pay cut. I don't know if I believe that just yet. I'll wait to see that one. I'm always skeptical about Manchester United and wages. But there's a contract offer on the table. There is an asking price, what it looks like Manchester United are negotiating with Bayern Munich for. The player wants to move. He's told his agents, I want this move. So it looks like that this one is moving very, very quickly, isn't it? So, yeah, I think that is very exciting. SK says, why on playback? I'm not able to catch you guys live at times. You can catch us live on playback. If it's free to join up, it's the same as YouTube, basically. You just have to create an account, same thing as YouTube. So you can join us on there. I tell you what, did you guys see the selfie with Eric Cantona and Sir Alex? It's terrific quality, which is, I guess, kind of the point. A shot on Snapdragon. But yeah, it's a tremendous picture. I like that. King Eric and Sir Alex, yeah? King Eric and Sir Alex. And it was a strong video, wasn't it? It was a strong one. You know what surprised me, actually, was the amount of people that there was a video of, I can't remember what the guy's asking. A guy's asking something, and he's going around people, and then they're like, you'll never believe who shows up in this video, and it's Eric Cantona, and he's walking a goat, and people are like, that's so random that he showed up in that. You go, well, it's very clearly staged. I mean, it's a fantastic video, but I don't think Eric Cantona is out. If Eric Cantona is randomly out and about walking a goat, then he might get sectioned. So I've clearly that's so random. Can't believe that one. I can't believe that happened. Very, very strange. Oh, how random. I just bumped into him in the street and he was doing that. Maybe not so much. Do you also remember, and let me know in the chat about this, do you remember, this was after Eric Cantona retired, for a brief time when he was playing beach football. Does anyone remember that? He was playing like beach football, and there was a game. What was it called? There was a game. It was on like Xbox, and it was like beach football. It was great. If you've never seen beach football, it's really good. Eric Cantona, beach football. Yeah, just for a period of time. There you go. He was just playing football on the beach. Beach football. It was like they had like tournaments and they had the goals. If you ever clicked on like Eurosport in the sort of mid 2000s, it felt like it was always on. It was always on beach football, and actually once you see it or whatever, it's got to be painful. Like, I mean, you're barefooted, kicking a ball, and apparently the only way to score a goal is like overhead kick too. But yeah, I remember that, like mid 2000s beach football. That was just massive. Well, it was always on. Going through the channels, go, what's this on Eurosport? Beach football, and it's just lots of just because ball up in there because obviously it's again on the beach, so the ball's not rolling particularly great. So it's a lot of chips and overhead kicks and all that kind of stuff. It was, and then the games were good. I remember I had the game beach football. And yeah, if you type it in, Cantona beach football, there's loads of him playing that. What year was that? Eric Cantona beach football. 2001, something like that. 2000, maybe. This is after he retires. After leaving, blah, blah, blah. When was this? What? I'll do a Control F. Beach. There you go. Cantona took an interest in the sport of beach soccer. As player-manager of the French national beach soccer team, he won the 2005 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. He was the manager. He had a long tenure, didn't he? Look at this. International career from 1997 to 2006. He played in the France beach team. During that time, I guess he was the manager, because he was the manager of the France beach team until 2011. Wow. 2011 was the manager of the France beach team. I'm on the 2005 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. France defeated Portugal 1-0 in a penalty shootout. Is this still a thing? The FIFA Soccer Beach World Cup. Is it still going on? When was the latest one? Oh, there is. There was one in 2021 in Russia, and there's one this year, guys. Wow. We know what the match views are moving forward. Beach view. Where is this? This is in Dubai. When's it taking place? Tournament was postponed into... Oh, has it already happened? Oh, yeah. Brazil won. Italy came runners-up. And there's going to be one next year. Yeah. In Victoria. So you learn something every time with these match views. That is, once again, I've just for about sort of 10 minutes there completely forgot that I'm doing a stream. You can see what happened. I've just gone completely down the rabbit hole of, remember Cantona used to play beach soccer? Oh yeah, what was this? Oh, he was the manager. Oh, there's a beach soccer World Cup. He won it. Is this still going on? Look at this. And then next thing you know, you open your eyes and you go, oh, it's been like 7 hours. What was that? What else are people saying here at the moment? Redwan says, imagine Cantona and Zlatan as front two. Absolute carnage. King of the Indies says, beach football is amazing. Well, that and Masters football, isn't it? Masters football, I used to watch that a lot on Sky Sports. And I feel like they've tried to bring that back a couple of times, haven't they, Masters football? But it's not the same, really, is it? It's not really the same. But back in the day, the only thing I used to never get with Masters football is you could never know, like, was it live? Was this a tournament from ages ago? You know, some of the players in the Masters team would have just retired, so they were like late 30s, early 40s. Some of them were like in their 60s, which was definitely not fair. But I used to always enjoy watching Masters football. But you know, I always felt like whenever I watched it, I used to never see many Manchester United Masters teams in there. It would always be like, here's Ipswich Masters or something like that. But I used to like that. Mainly because that felt like football that you would play in like a sports hall or something like that, wasn't it? That's what it kind of felt like. I was a fan of. What's that, actually? Masters football. I'm sure it is still an ongoing thing, because I know they try and borrow. I think we got a video here on the channel going to a Masters thing. Yeah. National Masters began in 2000. From the competition ran from 2000 to 2011 live on Sky Sports. In 2022, online streaming platform 360 Sports TV announced they would be reviving the competition. So going through 2000, it was won by Forrest. Golden Boot winner Ali McCoist. Yeah, of course. Then Liverpool won it a couple of years in a row. Peter Beardsley. Look at Peter Beardsley. He was constantly going, but Peter Beardsley. Manchester City, Chelsea, Leicester, Rangers. And quite a few Rangers in there. But then like this. No disrespect. 2009, won by Tranmere Rovers. Oh. Benito Carboni was one of the top goal scorers. Owen Coyle was one of the top goal scorers for Motherwell. I mean, this is crazy. Who are the referees? David Ellery, Dermot Gallagher, Uriah Rennie, Jeff Winter. Yeah. So, it was good. They're just showing highlights of that penalty shootout last night. With Costa, you can see, if you want to see my reactions to all that, I was on playback last night. That was fun. That was a late stream. It was a long day. Kevin Boating says, next thing you know, UV form a beach football team. No, I'd be terrible at beach football. I can barely walk on sand, let alone run in it. It's just running on the beach is hard. Exercise on the beach is difficult. It actually really is. That's when they used to see those like pre-seasons of people, go running on the beach. That is difficult. Very challenging. SK, KG and Flex versus Owen and Marcel. Playing beach football would be elite. I tell you what though, I'd give the advantage to myself and Marcel. Marcel would have to do a lot of my running, definitely. If we were sort of a midfield partnership, he definitely would be sort of the runner, and I'd be a lot of, I'd be a lot of directing. Marcel, go there. But when we played at the 100k party, when we did teams for, I don't know what the game's called, Tonka Social, when it was teams, myself and Marcel won. So, wasn't that bad. I still to this day say that I was targeted and cruelly eliminated from the singles tournament because I was too much of a threat. It was very, very obvious. They were trying to eliminate the stronger players, and I was targeted because it gets to the point to eliminate people. If you've never been, like, you do your points rounds first, and then depending on how many points you get on the leaderboard. And then I think it gets to a point to eliminate people, you can kick it and you have to hit someone's face or someone's, you can see who it is. And they were shouting, go for Owen. And I was like, this is bullshit. Trying to take me out. Shouldn't you want to have the best in the final? And it was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. And also picking on me after a few drinks as well. Disgraceful behaviour. Absolutely. I wish Kenny was there. I wish Kenny was there because you know what he said. He would have been on commentary and he'd have said this.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
And I'd have said, I agree. We need to look into it. I say, what kind of... And I'd be looking around at the officiating and I go, Kenny, what kind of officiating is this?
Poor. And I mean poor.
I agree. That's what it would be like. Maybe that's what I need next time. I need Kenny in my corner. Everyone needs a Kenny in their corner. And we're off. Second half's underway. It'd be like Karate Kid. Kenny can be my Mr. Miyagi. But it's 1-0. Cody Gakpo with the goal for the Netherlands. Ratsu. Man. Oh. Oof. Is that going to go out for a goal kick? No, it goes out for a throw-in. But are we going to see anything from Romania in this second half? Ball in, and Verbruggen claims it. As Kenny would say, disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Throw in for Romania. However, maybe they can just put a bit of pressure. And you feel like if they just got a goal, it would shake up the Netherlands. They just feel a little bit too comfortable. But if I had to do the predictions of the quarterfinals, and maybe put this in the chat. Let's assuming these are the results, assuming the Netherlands go through and assuming Austria go through, who do we think are going to win these quarterfinals? Who do we think wins between Spain and Germany? Who do we think wins between Portugal and France? Who do we think wins between the Netherlands and Austria? And who do we think wins between England and Switzerland? Because they're actually, all of them, and it says a lot about England, all of them are pretty tight. A bit of a coming together there. I'd go with Spain go through. I think that Portugal and France game could be absolutely, I mean, where's Kenny again? That Portugal and France game could be
absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Because both of their round of 16 games were. I'll go with Portugal. Maybe go for no, I'm going France. France will go through. So I'll go Spain, France, Austria, and I mean, I don't think England have beaten Switzerland. Or it might go to penalties or something. But England are fucking rubbish at the moment. And Switzerland aren't. You know, Granit Xhaka, Vargas, and Doy, and Bolo. Like, they're playing good stuff. I mean, you have to remember, no disrespect, in football terms, obviously. But it was Slovakia we were playing the other day, and we struggled. We struggled. Asawa says Spain, France, Switzerland, and Austria. I would probably agree with that. I'd probably. Just Josh Media, Graphics Guru, Visual Ninja says Spain, which is probably how he did actually say it. Because that's how he says a lot of things. Spain. It's a foul by Haji. And free kick to the Netherlands. But according to one Jurgen Fleck, by the way, I don't know whether to save this for like the Trinity on Friday. I might have to save it. Basically, for those that watched the transfer view this morning, you would have noticed that one, we were late, but two, we were late once again because of Flecknology. His camera wasn't working. Let's just say, and I'll save it for later on in the week because it's about timing. Let's just say his insistence that he had no idea what was wrong was not... Reinders! His insistence that he had no idea what was wrong and it was completely unfixable and it was out of his hands may not have been totally accurate. May not be totally accurate. C1s. Gakpo, ball in. Marlon went for the header. Got off the ground actually pretty well, but just fell flat. Well, I tell you what. I tell you what. There. It's tucked into his side, but he kind of dives. It looks like it's not going to be given, but running the risk. Running the risk. Checked and cleared. Kind of problem. And that's going to be a foul. Vidron says, have you got the Gary Neville, Owen, Fernando Torres score? I don't. I don't know if the soundboard in general has got that. Probably not. I feel like with sort of English things, it doesn't really... Oh, what's this? This is interesting. We'll have a look. Well, I shouldn't doubt this thing. We don't have that, but it does have a Gary Neville. Ooh, it's got this one. It's got that. I tell you what, the soundboard's pretty undefeated. It's got that. Hey, the soundboard remains undefeated. Dragoshin. And that's a throw-in. Scouten. Not Shouten. Scouten. De Vrij. Joy is quite interesting. Sean says, Gary Neville's take on Trent at the moment is wild. It's like Trent's paid him for the hype. I haven't seen that. What I have seen is, do you know what is probably the calmest person about England? Is Roy Keane. Roy Keane's probably the calmest person talking about Gareth Southgate in England at the moment. His mantra on it is, just win games. Just win games. Just go through. Doesn't matter. Just go through. As long as you're winning games, go through. He's very backing of Gareth. But the problem is, particularly with the ITV folk, is they all worked with Gareth for several years. He was a pundit for ITV Sport for a while. He did, I think, Euro 2012 with them all. So they all have travelled together, know him, and it's a bit like... No, but I wonder if there's a Roy Keane on here. Surely not. No, it's not. Defeated. Cuts it back. Memphis. Oh, ricochet. Somehow it's not gone in. I don't know how. That was madness. Look at this. Cuts it back. One block. Another one there. Bounces off a Romania player. Oh, my goodness. Somehow doesn't end up in the back of the net. Incroyable. What about that? Incroyable. Yeah. Here's Marlon. Reinders. Does look quite a tidy player, doesn't he? Reinders. Who does he play for? AC Milan. Yeah, looks quite... So how long has he been at AC Milan for? Been at AC Milan since last year. Moved last year. From AZ Alkmaar. Yeah. There you go. Cody Gakpo towards the back post. He's gone down. Referee says no. Chris Day says, while you're searching, what about Sir Alex could have been killed? Oh, I've got that one. I've got that.
He could have been killed.
The positive. He's got a hold of his arm. But that's the thing that I've got over KG soundboard is I've got more space and pages. I've got like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 pages of stuff. I've got a wrestling page. I've got a specific Chris Eubank page. You know what I mean?
So sit down and ski where you're there.
You know?
Your rank. Rastafari. Rastafari.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I got that there. I've got the Lee Judges page.
Done okay.
Got the Kenny page.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
It's all there. Reinders. Oh, shoots. And goes wide. And puts it wide. He's a good player, Reinders.
What?
I said he's a good player.
What?
Good player.
What?
Man. It's just felt like they've overrun it a couple of times, Romania. Simons has found him. Marlon, good touch as well. He's into the box. Deflection. Takes it behind. It was a good counter-attack, actually. Corner ball. .57 minutes gone. Still Romania 0. Netherlands 1. Ball in. Oh! Just tipped wide. Or did it hit the post? Look at this. Header. Yep, hits the outside of the post. What a shot that is, by the way. The flares going off in the background. And hits the post. And you think if Netherlands had scored that, would have been it. Reinders. Look at that. Scouting. Koda Gakpo. Now you got to be careful again. He's going to try and shift it, perhaps. Memphis Depay plays a 1-2. Oh, howled by the keeper. Throws it out. Here comes Hadji. Who looks to be their brightest player, doesn't he? Hadji. Passes it. Edge of the box. Oof, blocked. And Romania still coming on the attack. They're going to go out for a corner. It is Romania corner. Romania corner, you know what that means? It's time to
Believe.
Well, the weirdest thing is with all these sound bites is when you hear them over and over again on here, and then when you actually see them in their normal context in the actual video, it's just bizarre. Ball in. Oh, nearly. I mean, that is peak Arsenal, isn't it? Robbie does the whole thing around the stadium, says...
Believe.
And what do they do? Lose 4-1. Ball in. Marine. Hadji. Long throw. I think I've got a splinter. Ooh. Very sore. Hadji. And now a bit of possession for Romania. I tell you what, the one thing I don't like about this soundboard is you see with the voices, some of them they've got voices of what they claim to be celebrities, but they don't sound like celebrities at all. The sort of voice change is a bit dubious. Here comes Cody Gakpo on the counter-attack. Gakpo still going. Gakpo, oh, shoots. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. It has looked really lively for the Netherlands in this tournament. Cody Gakpo. Look at this. Great run. Keeps running. Keeps running. It was a good shot and a good save. A good save by the Romanian goalkeeper. Ball in. Headed away. Oof. Oh, it's in. 2-0. He's done it again. He's done it again. I think it's offside though. I think it's offside. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Wait a minute. It's celebrating, but again, it was a bit flat because it wasn't sure what's going on. I mean, the Romanian players are sort of looking around, going,
"What is going on here?"
But let's have a look. It will be checked. Let's have a look. We'll have a look. Ball in. Well, in that case, he's off. It looks like he's offside. If it gets given, it's
disgrace. That's what it is. A disgrace.
It looks like it's off. Gonna be offside. Gonna be ruled out, I think. Looks pretty straightforward, unless there's something we're not seeing, of course. As we don't see any drama in this, surely. We wait. Taking longer than I thought. And there you go. Offside. Are we getting to the point where they're going to be announced? Because that'll be proper NFL, won't it? You know what I mean? VAR has ruled offside, number 24, no goal given. Play restarts on the 6-yard line. Free kick. I need a whistle. Not this kind of whistle. I don't need a slide whistle. I need an actual whistle. Why isn't there a whistle on there? There should be, surely. I have seen that in the MLS. Yeah, they are doing that already. They are saying what they did. They had it at the Women's World Cup, I think, didn't they? Last year, and it was actually good. It was quite refreshing to have it. I'm shocked there is not a whistle on this. Cody Gakpo. Because that would just be good to have for the for half time, wouldn't it? Or full time. A whistle. Simons. Ake. There's Reinders. Oh, is this what I'm looking for with the whistle? Maybe this soundboard does remain undefeated. This would be sensational. I mean, it's doable. You know what I mean? Offside. Offside. We'll go with it. Simons. Yellow card. It's going to be a good position. It is a foul. It means if Romania go through, he'd be banned from the quarterfinals. This is an interesting story I'm just seeing here. Cristiano Ronaldo's heart rate was monitored in yesterday's game. The lowest level it reached was when he took Portugal's first penalty in the shootout. Ooh, just past the post for Memphis Depay. Data via Whoop. So yeah, the lowest his heart rate went is when he was he took the penalty. That is kind of mad. Scouten is off. Veerman is on. Ake is off. And Mickey van der Ven is on. Chris says, how do they know his heart rate? Player have to wear some device while playing. Wait, yeah. You can wear monitors while you're playing. They've usually got them under their shirts. That's why they've got those bands on, those things on. They check the distance, running, heart rate. Or that must be said, as someone that's got like one of these watches or whatever, they do say, like, you can measure your heart rate on there, but it will say on there, like, this is not, like, totally accurate. You know, it can't tell if you're having a heart attack or something like that. Like, they do stress that. Like, you can give yourself an EKG on this thing, even though it's, like, not really, you know. I don't like looking at it. Whenever I do that, it makes me feel a bit like, you go, oh, if it's either high or really low, you're like, oh, that's not good. Makes you feel a bit nervous. As we're just seeing the replay of him being offside. There you go. His leg was offside. Seeing a lot of replays at the moment. Seeing a million replays for this. I just want to watch the game. Thank you. Switch. Look at that. Great pass. Ratsu. Remember, it is still 1-0, still in it. Oh, I tell you what, he's in. Oh, why did he take the touch? That was an opportunity. That's got to be a foul. Via Memphis Depay. But it was kind of there for him a little bit. He just couldn't bring it down. And there's a triple substitution. Lunch Lady Hadji is off with his hairnet. But Romania are going for it. A reminder, 30 minutes time, there is going to be Flex's chat with Ijax here on United View. You will be redirected, chatting about Matthijs de Ligt, as well as Erik ten Hag. Which I'm still going to be saying next season. Erik ten Hag has spoken to the assembled media at Carrington. ahead of this weekend's Premier League clash. The catchphrases continue. But there's 18 minutes still to go. Little flick there by Memphis Depay. Marlon. Now with by Borka. Gakpo is in the box. Gives it back. Simons. Whoa. Manages to ricochet back. Veerman! Oh! How has that not gone in? Just squeeze past the post, and Ronald Koeman can't believe it. Take a look. It's curling and curling. Oh, it is. Just past. But Romania still in it. But still only 1-0 to the Netherlands, even though they are very much in control. Over hits there. Some interesting little bit of news here, by the way, regarding Matthijs de Ligt. A suggestion coming from... Where is it here? I lost it. Basically, the suggestion that potentially PSG could be also interested in Matthijs de Ligt. Here you go. There you go. What you call it? Suggestion that's coming from Christian Falk. I can't see it on what it is because he hasn't tweeted in ages. I think they're saying it's coming from Sport Build, but apparently maybe PSG have contacted Bayern about it. But of course, the big news earlier today was coming from Romano saying that that's the only club he's interested in, the only club that's negotiating for him. So until he would say something different, we would wait and see. Marlon. Just over 15 minutes left in this one. Still 1-0 just to the Netherlands. Even though it could have been 2 or 3 to them. There's still only a goal in it. Marlon. Reinders. Gakpo. He's going to try and cut inside. Right foot. Headed away. Reinders. Good touch. Dumfries. Back post. Oh, Depay just couldn't head it in. And that's going to be a free kick. Gakpo's down. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. Not sure what happened. Dragerson just did enough. And still, it's Cody Gakpo's goal in the 20th minute. That proves to be the difference. That's going to be a throw into the Netherlands, not to Romania. Still trying to sort of find a way, aren't they? But it doesn't look like they can. It's a throw into the Netherlands. And again, the second half's kind of petered out a little bit. Yellow card for Denzel Dumfries for time wasting. And he looks thrilled. Here comes Dumfries. And that's a throw to the Netherlands. They're just looking for that second goal just to kill the game off. Because for as dominant as they've been, still not over. And that goes all the way back to Verbruggen. Here comes Xavi Simons. Picks up the ball. Out to Memphis. Depay blocked. Deflected. Oh! Someone nearly kicked it off Xavi Simons. Nearly put him in the back of the net. Xavi Simons always makes me laugh because he always just looks like he's going to burst into tears. Constantly. I see a clip of with Eric Cantona on The Rest is Football. When a goat follows his hero in his car, takes a sip of water, it's because the ruler on the racetrack returns. And Eric leaves. Ratsu. Ball in, headed away by De Vrij. Drop my pen. Marlon. It's 3-on-2. Marlon. Oh, it's not the best pass. Gakpo blocked. It wasn't a good pass by Marlon. And I tell you what, Xavi Simons is furious too. He's not happy. I've seen that quite a few times with Marlon. His end product's not great. Look at that. That's a poor pass. Really poor pass. Because Xavi Simons doesn't look happy at all. Memphis Depay stands over it. Ball in. Headed out. Alabek gets there first. And they give a foul! I tell you what, that is disgraceful. That is.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
That is.
Poor. Poor. And I mean poor.
I don't think that's a foul. Have a look. Let's have a look at this. That's not a high boot. Never, ever, 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 ever in a million years. Never a foul. Never a yellow card. That is.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
What is he supposed to do? His foot barely even comes off the floor that much. And they were on the counter-attack.
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Ridiculous. No high boot. I mean, again, he stooped his head down anyway, but it didn't even come up that high up off the floor. There's nothing. There was nothing wrong with that. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous and
disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
here he comes. Get ready. Get ready. He's coming for. Can you hear that? What's that? Oh, it's in! It's in! Daniel Marlin's put it in the net! I was doing the gallop because the horse was coming on. It might not matter. I think this one is going to count. This looks like it's going to be it. Let's have a look. Memphis over the top. Gakpo gets it into the box. Little shove. It's on. How did that's such a terrible goal to concede? He thinks it's gone out and he's been robbed. Oh dear. Hey, Gakpo does really well. Manages to keep it in. There you go. See you later. Gakpo does really well. Game over. That will be all she wrote. And Cody Gakpo. He's on! Can you hear the gallop? Can you hear the gallop? The Veg horse is on. Look, listen, there's the stadium announcer again. It's Romania 0, Netherlands 2. Oh, it's a poor clearance. Marlon. Ball over to Memphis Depay. It's a good touch as well. Depay over the bar. That kind of sums up Memphis, isn't it? Like, actually, apart from the finish, it's great play. Great touch. Cuts inside. Blasts it over the bar. But 5 minutes remaining. Romania 0, Netherlands 2. They're set to go through to the quarterfinals. There he is. Oh. Simons, Reinders. Reinders again. Van der Ven fouled. Show's right. I mean, that's the thing with the Netherlands. They are missing those big players. In De Jong, obviously Jurien Timber would have probably played. Coop minus 2. And when you do watch the Netherlands play, particularly like a Frankie de Jong, that player that can take the ball and bring it out of defence, they clearly need. So it's clearly they're not the strongest version of the Netherlands. But I'm sure that Ajax will be happy with this. And if you want to see more of Ajax, he is going to be talking to Flex in 5 minutes' time. It's already spoken to Flex in 5 minutes' time. In 15 minutes' time, 7 o'clock, Flex's chat with Ajax. De Vrij. There's Depay. Reinders. And that goes all the way to the Romania goalkeeper. Looks like it's going to be just a bit too difficult for Romania, unfortunately, for them. As the Dutch fans seem very happy, as they should be. A substitution for Romania, as they just have minutes left of being in the tournament. Long throw. And just a few minutes left in this, as the Netherlands seemingly have booked their quarter-final place. And there's only one more quarter-final to figure out. That is Austria versus Turkey. Reminder, I will be live for that on playback just before 8 o'clock. Which is, what, an hour and 10 minutes. That was Gakpo just somehow managed to keep the ball in. Somehow. Very impressive. Be interested to see how much stoppage time is added on to this too. Van der Ven, ball across goal. Oh, nearly towards the horse. And that's going to be a free kick. Now the referee wants to give a free kick to Romania. Nothing like Danny Murphy calling his co-commentator a pisshead. Marin, dispossessed by Weghorst. And it goes all the way... and there's more people running onto the pitch. Oh dear. Where are the stewards? Show says need Turkey to lose for the Turkish meltdown. Well, I think they will. And Turkish can do like he did with at the end of the season when he was watching Spurs play. Break the microphone, brother. Good ball. And Verbruggen, good claim. Is it me or does that manager look a bit like Alec Baldwin? Like he does. He does look like Alec Baldwin. You can actually see there the stewards. Those stewards are literally right on the Simmons stewards are on the pitch. I mean, they've literally made a line behind that goal. Look who it is. It's Daley Blind. Daley Blind. Former Manchester United player. As we have about 2.5 minutes left. Is that going to be a corner? It is. Corner ball. Of course, it's going to be too much, I think, for Romania to get back now. Unfortunately for them. Ball in. Referee says no. Referee's talking to a couple of players in the box. As we await one of the final kicks of the game. Corner. Oh, my word. Goes back. Ball in. Headed away. Here comes Marlon. Marlon travelling with the ball. Keeps going, looking to his right. What's his end product like? Marlon. Oh, brilliant. Great goal. And that makes it 3-0. And a counter-attacking goal means it's 3-0 to the Dutch. It is Dutch delight in Germany this evening. And the Netherlands are firmly in the quarterfinals. Very good goal. Great ball by Xavi Simons. Great finish. Well, great travel and finish by Marlon. And Alec Baldwin does not look happy. And again, they'd actually played okay, Romania. But you can see here, it's a pass by Xavi Simons. And then Marlon picks up the ball. He still has to do a lot when he picks up the ball. Look. Goes inside. Maybe a bit too easy. Puts it in the back of there. So people threw their shoes onto the pitch. Look at this. I think the goalkeeper was distracted by shoes on the pitch. Look at that. The goalkeeper had to, whilst Marlon's coming into the box, he's having to kick away shoes out of the goal mouth. Madness. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Kicking shoes off the pitch. And that is that final kick of the game. It is Netherlands 3, Romania 0. Romania are out and the Dutch move on to the quarterfinals, booking a tie against either Austria or Turkey in the next round. Of course, we'll find out who that is going to be later on. A reminder that in 5 minutes' time, there is going to be Flex chatting with Ajax about all things Matthijs de Ligt as well as Erik ten Hag. You'll be redirected there at the end of this stream. And just before 8 o'clock, I will be live on playback to watch the aforementioned Austria versus Turkey game. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and I'll speak to you again very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.